Alright, we do folks here. Boom, Monks 1205 numbers. After the name, a little games beating action over here, man. A little Super Metroid. Whoo, on this one, man. I mean, it's one of the best games I've made. I would say it's my favorite Metroid game. I really like Metroid Prime, man. And both the Game Boy Advance games I really enjoy as well. I'd actually have to think about that because I didn't really grow up with Super Metroid. I grew up in that time. Obviously, I grew up with NES and Super Nintendo, but it just wasn't on my radar. Like I knew it existed, but I bought it. You know, we were poor, like we couldn't afford a lot of games and stuff like that. So I always went to Mario and the Donkey Kong around more than like Super Metroid. Obviously, if I got this game at the time, I would have been like, wow. So I don't have that crazy nostalgia with it, but game recognized game. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's graphically, it's good. The mood's amazing. I will say it probably has the best mood in any of the Metroid games. I will say that kind of the ambiance with it, and it kind of feels a little weird now, like especially with games around now and movies we see now, graphics stuff like that. But it almost has a little bit of tinge of like, I wouldn't say horror, but you know, just definitely a dread. Not to be confused with a Metroid Dread, but you know, an element there of that kind of sort. But overall, I mean, it's a 10 out of 10 game. I really have like very little negatives. Every time I play it, I like it more, which I really appreciate, and I'm loving the game because usually sometimes I'll play a game and I'll be like, man, I used to think this about it, but now I don't know. That's why you even sometimes might see games that are replay on the channel. I'd be curious to see. I'd have to go look back. I wish I did my own research on what I gave Super Metroid when I played it like the first time kind of around the channel. But yo, to me, like currently as it stands right now, it's a 10 out of 10 game. This thing's fire, man. There might be a little bit, if we want to give up a tad, a very, 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 very minor thing, maybe a little bit of stiffness with the controls, but I'm talking like extremely minor complaint right there. Like extremely minor. It controls like a dream. It plays like a dream. If you want to play a Super Nintendo game, if you're into kind of the Metroidvania kind of style of game, I mean, this is right up there for you. Obviously, more emphasis on the Metroid, not the Vania part of it. I couldn't recommend this game more. It's on the Switch, which is where I played it here now. Amazing.